1,000.
I like it. We're gonna be popular.
Yeah, 999,099,000. You get it.
We're gonna get in one night.
One night, the podcast finally.
Yep.
All right. I'm gonna let people join in for like. How much time is on the timer? I'll give people like 45 more seconds. And then we're gonna start it.
Sounds like a plan.
All right. Hope Mr. Evan likes the layout for episode 1. Hopefully he'll have some ideas, or he might create a layout for the second one. So I don't know.
Yeah. Well, it's Evan's league, so
Evan is here, so he can hear us. Hi, Evan.
He gets to join and do whatever the hell he wants to do.
He can just join.
Yep, he gets to join whenever.
All right, well,
he can.
For everyone that's here, if you don't know us, which you should, I am a commentator, soaring flying. That's all I'm gonna say. David.
I'm David. I'm the Falcons user. I am also Mike Vick, and apparently Cam Newton. But I'm an admin for anybody who doesn't know. And we decided to do a podcast for the league just to kind of keep the entertainment value of the league up, see information, thoughts, just general information about the league and how everything goes. So, we'll do things like team overviews, opinions, maybe some mock drafts, big games, players that are doing really well, that type of thing. Just kind of like you'd kind of expect about an actual NFL type of podcast. We're just going to try to do that for NWML.
And this is, just so everyone knows, this is David's thing. So anyone who has any questions, you go to him, not me, because I only know what he tells me. Because as a commish, he goes by what Evan says, and he goes through Evan. So again, yes. I just work here. So
yeah, Soren is a part of this, and he's my co-host. I'm very happy to have him here. But Hello. If you have any questions or suggestions or anything like that, feel free just to come at me. Let me know what's going on. If you have any suggestions on how it could be better, things to do, things you'd like to see, I would love to hear from you guys.
Yeah, also Bishop, tell me every single little detail about the podcast, and it will be posted on YouTube. Yes. I can answer that. I know the answer to that one. David, you actually have a little thing in front of you about this podcast, and I think you already mentioned what's already the details. So what's topic number 1 of the night? Topic number 1.
Talk 1 of the night is, let me go over to it. Well, we've explained the podcast. Everybody here, I'm assuming, probably knows what the league is. And the league is just a large group of people who've come together to enjoy Madden. And, make friends, play realistic, enjoy the game, try to play it as you would expect real teams to play, and run your team as you would expect a real GM to. That's basically the goal of the league, and we're here just to kind of see how you're doing it.
Reiterate that. Reiterate that. We're here to make sure y'all are kept in line.
Yeah, kept in line, if you want to put it that way. But, we're going to go through, see how you're doing the team, notice, when you sign somebody, if we think it's a good signing or not. We're going to talk about stuff like that. And, like the fact that Houston signed Quinnen Williams to that major contract. That's
Oh,
definitely going to get talked about at some point. So
yeah, and we're
we
also
will.
going to try and keep this around an hour or less. So
Yes, that would be the goal.
the first
So
one might go a little bit longer. So tune in.
yeah. Um. So basically, everybody just knows what the league is, and then that jumps into our other thing. We are going to go over the rule changes
That's
just to keep it
important.
clear for everybody, and so everybody can hear from like an admin on what's actually going on with these things. So I'm going to go over here and grab them and just start looking at it. Okay. So first thing is, with the sliders, we've decided to turn the interceptions back up and the pass coverage up.
Oh, and what made y'all do that? Curious.
Well, we turned down interceptions and interceptions went up.
Really?
And what we think happened is we announced that interceptions were going down, so lots of people thought that they could just chuck it, force it, and not play smart football. So we're going to turn it back up, and it's not going to go up like a ton, but it's going up.
Okay.
Oh, what happened?
Did you need to see that?
Oh, no, you're good. Never mind.
Okay.
I was just surprised that it wasn't expecting anything to happen. So interceptions are going to go up a little bit, and we're hoping that because there's a higher likelihood of you throwing a pick, everybody's going to make smarter decisions. Now we know there's going to be some people that just love throwing picks. They think picks are touchdowns, and that's just what happens.
I think picks are touchdowns. I'm dead.
Yeah, and we're going to turn the pass coverage up a little bit, and hopefully that helps defenses out against the pass also a little bit. So moving on from there, we have stat limits that are changing slightly. They're going to be aligned with what the actual records of the NFL are, and we want to do that because we don't really want to see people breaking NFL records. I mean, this is a realistic league, right? So
Yeah.
we want realistic stats. And if you're constantly breaking records, that doesn't sound very realistic. So quarterbacks are at 5,600 yards passing and rushing, 55 total touchdowns, 11 yards per attempt. Running backs are going to be at 2,000 rushing and receiving combined, 24 touchdowns. And the biggest thing that we're implementing with this type of thing, though, is you're going to have to start your backup running backs. They're going to have to get carries. Because your leading running back this year can only have at maximum 80% of the carries on your total team from running backs. If you run with your quarterback 5 times, that's not going to count towards your percentage. It's only running back runs. So everybody's going to need to pay attention, make sure that they're getting their backup carries, and this should actually help everybody because your running back is going to be less fatigued because he's taking less carries, which means later in the game you have a higher potential to break a big run because he has more stamina.
Okay.
Wide receivers and tight ends, they're going to be at 2,000 yards, 20 touchdowns, 25 yards per reception. Defense, you can't have more than 24 sacks, 8 forced fumbles, 16 interceptions, or 5 touchdowns. So when you're moving on, anyway, with shoe clock now, instead of being forced to run, because what we've seen is when you're in shoe clock situations and you're forced to run the ball, people just throw on run commit.
Yeah.
And you can't do anything. It really stalls you out. It really affects the game in a negative way. So we're going to allow short passes intended to gain
Okay.
5 or less yards.
Okay.
So this is gonna be like drags, slants, short ends, Texas routes, halfback flat routes, those type of routes that are meant to gain short yardage. So screens, great to run in this situation. It keeps the defense on their toes. It makes them not get just run commit happy, run commit happy, run commit happy until third down, and then it's third and long, and somebody goes, oh, it's 3rd and 12, I'm allowed to go for a first down, and then they throw a 50-yard touchdown bomb.
Oh.
Like, we don't want to see that. So chew clock, though, the chew clock rules are going to change slightly. Once you're up 24, then you start chewing clock. It's no longer going to be 17. We've seen several games get blown or be really close to getting blown because of the chew clock rules being a little bit closer than they should. And it's going to go into effect in the second quarter rather than the third. So if you're up by 24 or more in the second quarter, you're going to have to start chewing the clock. You can't just wait till the third quarter. If another big change on this is if you're the losing team, you are also going to be required to chew clock when you're down by 27 or more in the second half.
I really like that one.
I do too. I think it's going to be really beneficial. It's going to keep people staying in the game longer, and
also end games faster because sometimes teams just chuck it up 3 and out. About maybe, I don't know, 15 seconds have moved total, and then and then that puts the winning team is like, okay, well now I have to get a large my running back, have the true clock, but I also want to end the game. So I really like, and also it's very certain position. Like you will remember, oh, I'm up 27 plus. I probably should be chewing the clock. Like, there's no way I'm coming back unless.
And if you're losing 27 plus, you don't want to be in the game. Why would you not want to put chew clock on?
Right.
You want to get that over quicker, and for a lot of us, nobody really wants to concede. It's not something like, oh, I want to concede because, I want to concede. It's, I want to concede because this game just really irritates me. Like, we understand it's a game. That's why we allow the concedes to happen when you're, down by so much, because it really can be pointless to play sometimes. Especially when you're just getting smacked, there's no hope to come back. But by chewing clock, it should make the game a little bit better. The next thing that got changed, though, is that the stat padding and running up the score, they now are going to have a point value associated to it when it's considered running up the score. I'm just reading that straight at
right, just at face value.
Feels worded. Yeah, it just feels worded a little weird.
That penny running up the score now have point value associated to when it is considered running up the score with a touchdown. Field goal allowed without punishment. All had 24 plus, beginning at the 2-minute warning of the first half.
Okay, so I'm assuming all that this means is that if you're gonna get stat padding and running up the score stuff happening, it's gonna get a point value based on severity.
Yes.
If Evan's still in the chat, please clarify, because
Evan says basically Evan says basically there was no score set for running up or stat padding began.
Okay. Oh, so okay. So he's saying that there's basically all this is saying then is that now there's going to be a specific point in the game when you're up by 24 within the 2-minute warning of the first half From that point to the end of the game, it would then be considered stat padding or running up the score. Okay. You can still kick field goals without punishment. And that makes more sense. And I mean, it might be a little biased because I helped pass some of these rules, but I like it.
Someone's gotta do it.
Yep.
Someone's gotta speak
so
up.
yeah, there's a couple things with the trade rules. First round pick swaps are not going to count against you anymore on trades, but only for draft day trades. It has to be pick for pick. The moment you put a player into it, it counts as a trade. New members of the league are not going to be allowed to trade unless they've completed 3 full games with a max of 1 rule violation.
I feel like this rule is long overdue. Like, how did we not think of this? You know, I feel like it's such like a basic rule.
Yeah, it makes sense. We want to make sure that people are gonna stay. They aren't just gonna be blasting through the rules and not caring what we're trying to do as a league. So, you know, we don't want to see somebody like dismantle a team, you know, when they first come in here. We want them to stay. We want them to build the team. Like, that is one aspect that a lot of us in this league love, even more than playing a game. I know I'm one of them. If I had the option to never play again, but I could just literally manage the team, I would love that.
Right.
But I got to deal with playing the game sometimes. I think it's pretty self-explanatory about that one. But the other trade rule that we have passed. So for players 75 overall and under,
and
if
keyword and
yes, yeah, they have to be 75 overall or lower, and they have to be 25 or older. Those can be traded without being against the cap total, provided that you're receiving the same type of overall and age, or that any picks you're receiving are only 3rd to 7th round picks. Then those trades aren't going to count against your cap. I mean, not your cap, your total trade limit. That way, if you're trying to find depth or like a bridge player, you can get somebody. You can make a small trade that can benefit your team. It's not going to count against you. We really want you just to limit the big trades. If we just remove trades, and then it would allow everybody to trade like Stephon Diggs, and then, you know, do like 4 more trades, and you're just trading away major players, and then you ruin your entire team. You lose, you leave. We're left cleaning up the mess. It's happened before. It's ruined leagues before. We don't want that to happen, but we understand that some trades don't really need to count against you. And we've created a way that people can get better trade value and let you still make moves for your team. What do you think about that?
Sorry, drinking water.
So was I.
Yeah, I want to go back on the new members rule on the 3 for full games.
Mhm.
That's a really good rule, but I would not be surprised if that gets raised to like 4 or 5.
Yep.
Which
I could see that at some point.
we have a really good set of users that I don't think are leaving or whatever.
No, we don't have very many users leave very often.
So like 3 full games is a really good. That's like a week, right? That's like a week. So
yeah,
like if you can commit. So I like that a lot.
Yeah. And I think 3 is perfect, especially because anybody that's joining the league is usually coming off of the wait list, so they've had a chance to look over the rules. Like, for the most part, they should know the rules also.
As long as they did read the rules.
Yeah. But that's also why, you know, You give them the one warning limit for the rule violations, and they have to complete 3 games.
Mm-hmm.
You know, make sure that you're here and you actually want to play. Well,
But to touch on
we
the
also got
under 75,
go ahead.
sorry,
Mhm.
under 75, and 25 plus years old, and Thursday round, but no longer count towards trade totals. Like 75. I mean, that's. I'm looking at it. I'm trying to think of like Madden. It's been so long. Like if I have a screen in front of me, and my player is 75 overall and 25 years old, I'm looking like, yeah, this is like a make or break time to like, all right, do I want to develop him the next 3 years or something, or do I want to trade him and get some value for him?
Yeah,
and I'm looking at it, and yes, I do like it. I do like that.
if you take a 25-year-old and they're 75 overall, 72 overall, they're not undevelopable. It's harder for sure, but you can still get that player into the low 80s. And a low 80s player is a starter.
Yeah.
So it is worth it to go out and get some of these players sometimes because they're very undervalued by teams.
Evan, what? What do you think? That's the first part?
Yeah.
Oh, this is week one, just reading the rules. That's the first part. Oh, this is the first part. Yeah, this is the first section of it. David has a little. We have it lined up. And the new members. All right, so the 4th down rule. This has been tweaked.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So when you're losing now, 27 plus in the second half, you can't go for it on more than 4th and 10. If you're at 4th and 11, punt it. 4th and 12, punt. You have to be 4th and 10 or less, like normal yardage, to be able to go for it. And the reason why we want to make this change is because people are getting down, and the rules are allowing them to just not play smart either. They get down, they want to force themselves to do something in hopes to get back, but it's not going to work. If you've already been down that much, you're not going to get a 4th and 12, 4th and 15. I mean, it's possible. It's likely. It can happen. It's just unlikely. And then we're seeing the other team get an incredibly short field. So they can't even have an extended drive to, work down the clock and then just take their field goal. If they can get that far,
Right.
But instead, they're getting to, be automatically in field goal range, and they're stuck.
Right.
Because if they do anything, it's running up the score. And basically, people are playing bad, and then the people who are, doing well are getting punished in some cases for the other team not playing smart or realistic football. So that. The other thing that I have been pushing for, and we finally got approved, is that fake punts and field goals will now be allowed when losing or tied, as long as it's within the actual legal 4th down yardage rules. So if you are allowed to go for it on 4th down, you have the option to do a fake field goal or punt, whereas before there was some confusion on that because it wasn't allowed in some circumstances.
Everyone clapped.
And now it is.
And everyone clapped.
Yes. I'm very happy about that because, it opens up, especially as a commentator, that's going to be cool to see. When are people going to pull those out? Because you can't do it all the time. So
I've only seen that once or twice. Cool. Ever,
yeah. Yeah. That is true. We don't see it very often, so I'm looking forward to hopefully seeing it some more. And then we're also changing it to where if it is something like a simple 4th down violation or something like that, you can call out your opponent for it and say, hey, this was against the rules. and you have to punt the ball back. You have to give them the ball back. You know, it's self-explanatory. It's you weren't supposed to have that in the first place. You broke the rules to do it. Just give it back. It's gonna
just give it back.
Save you issues. It's just gonna save you issues, because if you're correcting a mistake, then there's less chances that you're gonna have issues with, you know, Evan or anybody, you know, saying something about the rules, because accidents do happen. Now, if we see that somebody's constantly going for it on fourth down, breaking the rules, and then saying, "Oh, well, I'm just going to punt it back," that's a big problem, and that's going to be addressed real quick. All we want to do, though, is say, if you make the mistake and you accidentally do something, because there are certain times where you can accidentally make that mistake. We're giving you the opportunity to just fix it.
With commish approval? Huh? That's what Hurt So Good said. With commish approval?
No. You just do it. Because if you've looked at the rules and everything that Evan posted, it literally says if you refuse, you can get an automatic suspension. So, if you broke the rule, the fourth down rule, give it back. It's that simple, because you're just going to cause yourself problems later if you don't. Couple other things. We don't have very much more to deal with here. But something that I know Alex had suggested, we tweaked it a little bit, and this is what we came up with. If you've got a player that is valued over 2,000 points, they're on a contract year, you're able to trade them week 7 or 8. The only 2 weeks it's allowed, and the max value you can get in this trade is 2,000. Doesn't matter if your player is worth 3,000, the max value you can get is 2,000 for it.
Oh.
Simple.
Huh. Players over 2,000 points in the country you're willing to trade during 7 and 8. So only be allowed to be traded week 7 and 8?
Yes. Because normally you're not allowed to trade players over 2,000 points. But we understand that sometimes you don't have the funds to re-sign somebody. You want to get value out of them. They aren't playing up to your expectations, or they're not fitting what you want on the team. Like, there's many reasons why somebody'd want to get rid of a player.
Over above the thing at 2,000?
Yes.
So there's 2 questions.
Yeah, go for it.
Grim says, what if they broke the fourth down rule and scored on it?
Well, we don't have anything on that, but that would obviously be a bigger issue.
Add it in.
and yeah, Evan's gonna have to answer that question. I would like to say that they're gonna get punished like normal. That wouldn't be something that would be a warning.
Yeah.
They would get like a normal type of punishment for that type of thing. But I can't say 100% that that's what would actually happen, because I'm not Evan, and that's up to Evan to decide. But that is a good question, Masius.
And the second one was from Hurt So Good, says, so you're saying the trade can't be over 2,000 points from the other party?
Yeah. So this is just an example, and he is not on the block. But Kyle Pitts is valued right now at over 2,000 points. He is on a contract year coming up. If I decided I wanted to get rid of him, I can trade him week 7 or on week 8, right before the trade deadline, but the max amount of value that I can get for him is 2,000 points. I can't go over 2,000 points, not even by 1 point. It has to be like exactly 2,000 1,999, those are good. 2,001, not good. Too much value. And that doesn't matter if Kyle Pitts is worth 2,200 or 4,000. You can only get a value of 2,000 at max.
Waiting on like an OK or something.
Yes. I'm assuming that
yeah, you can
pretty easily understandable.
yeah, and
so
then
I will on to the next topic.
Superstar and X Factor players.
Yeah. Your Superstar and X Factor players can't change position anymore. It's not going to get approved. They earned that dev level at the position they played because they played it well. There would be no reason for them to change positions. The only exception is your 3-4 outside linebacker to defensive end, or vice versa. So defensive end to outside linebacker, or a 3-4 middle linebacker to a 4-3 outside linebacker. Those are the only exceptions.
Then Hurts So Good says, I see where it may. He says, oh, okay, I see where it may play out like there's an issue between player and team, and they just end up unloading him for a cheaper return as opposed to normal value.
Yeah, we've seen it happen in real life before. And sometimes people just, even in the game, just don't have the cap. It's smarter to get rid of them. Or they've got developmental players behind that they really want to keep playing, but they can't because they have a player that's already too good staying there. But okay. I'm gonna skip that next
TJ,
one.
don't make it a bigger deal than it is. Or you can get timed out. Don't. I'm not doing this right now. All right, on to the next one.
Okay. So, I'm skipping that one. That one's gonna be second to last. So, player lock. The only time you can player lock on anything now is on wide receiver screens. I would assume that's any screen that you can player lock onto somebody, but the only person you can do it on is for the screen. Evan can correct me on that. But it should be, I believe it should be wide receiver screens, halfback screens. You can player lock on the halfback for the halfback screen, the wide receiver for wide receiver screens. But you cannot player lock onto a wide receiver and be running a route other than a screen. A screen is the only thing you're allowed to do.
Pretty basic route, isn't it?
Yep. And part of the reason why we're allowing that is because wide receivers and running backs do not run screens properly very well.
No.
And a lot of the times you're left wondering, like, why? Why did they do that?
Mm-hmm.
So we're giving you the ability to do that, and it's gotten banned because we've seen a couple people decide to go off the routes that they were supposed to be running when they're doing that, just kind of trying to find open space anywhere. I mean, there's play art for a reason. You're supposed to be running the actual route, but because of the abuse, we're not allowing that anymore. Last thing before we get to the player comp pick system.
Yeah, right.
So this may get some hate from some people, and some people may really, really like it. I personally am a huge fan of it. So, with the exception of close games where it is allowed, if you're surpassing a single game limit for stats and you're getting stat violations, running up the score type things, Evan, if I'm wording that, please correct it. Things are going to happen now. The first time is a warning, and previous seasons will count towards this. So if you got a warning for it the previous season, sorry, it counts as your first one. Even if you're in the next season and you get another one, you're going to lose the ability to get the highest dev possible, which is an X Factor. Doesn't matter what your stats are, you are not going to be eligible to get X Factor at all.
Damn.
And you're going to wind up getting a suspension. If it happens again, the max you're going to be able to get is a star dev for that player, and you're going to get suspended. If it happens again, this would be the fourth time. If it happens a fourth time, you're just getting removed because you clearly can't follow the rules anymore. We're taking things seriously about that.
Grim has a kind of a weird, actually a valid question. Can we bring up cornerbacks such wide receiver battles where one user's cornerback, one user's the wide receiver? I don't think so. Because the wide receiver normally wins that one. I feel like.
I'm gonna say that's gonna wind up being a no, because part of the other issue is that an AI quarterback can sometimes, depending on the user, play better than the user. And if you're playing as the wide receiver, the AI quarterback will throw to whoever is open, regardless if you are or not.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yes, you can call for the ball and have the ball thrown to you, but, you know, if you're running a medium route and a drag route from a tight end is being ran and it's open, that AI quarterback will throw to the tight end before he throws to you, even though you're using a wide receiver. So the answer to that is going to be no. That would be kind of cool to see, though.
I'll do some clips of user battles at wide receiver. Oh god,
that would be interesting, but for all intents and purposes in the league, it's not going to be allowed. Did anybody have questions about the stat limits and all of that?
No.
Okay.
Just heard so good saying I don't like that either. I mean, it's kind of the same if you throw a pass in the user and usually the receiver, once the ball is in the air, the defensive users this cornerback at the same time. Yeah, it's just, it would be hard to keep track of. You would need like a trust system of like flashing your players, like, hey, I'm gonna go on the wide receiver, you better go in corner or whatever. It's just not gonna work. But yeah. Besides that, on to the final and the biggest one, which Evan's been thinking about this for a while. I don't know how he's gonna do it.
Well, you are correct. He has been thinking about doing this for quite a while. He finally came up with a way. I don't know if he found it in a different league, then tweaked it to fit what he wants more, or if he just came up with it all on his own. But you're going to be able to have compensation picks for players. Now, if you're unable to sign a player, you can let them go to free agency. You can only submit this for one player every season. I mean, the picture underneath it tells you how to do everything. You got to report it to a specific spot, with a screenshot message of them wanting to try free agency because they didn't want to sign with you. You cannot withdraw an offer to exploit the system or do anything like that. You actually have to give them offers. When the player is in free agency, you have to give them the base offer. So whatever they're asking for, if you have a wide receiver and what they're asking for is 3 years, 15 million in bonus and 20 million in salary for a total of 35 million, that is your offer. You cannot raise it, you can't lower it, you can't do anything. I guess you can place a higher offer, although that wouldn't be very smart if you were intending on hoping to get draft picks or anything for it.
Risk reward, it's just gonna. This has been he's been wanting to do this for so long that I don't know how. I mean, that's why he's thinking that doing to do a test run. I don't know when the test starts or when it ends.
Yeah. Yeah. So basically, you're gonna have that player get put into the comp player submission. You're gonna go in. You're gonna give them that base offer. Based on what players are put into the comp player submission, we're gonna keep track of everything, and if somebody else wins that player in free agency. So let's say I have Kyle Pitts, for example. In free agency, he was my comp pick guy. He didn't want to sign with me. I put my base offer on him, and Soren comes along, and he goes, I really want this player.
I do.
He puts a bid on him.
I did.
Soren wins him.
I did, of course.
Oh, yeah? Well, based on his dev level and overall and age, it's going to depend. It's going to determine what you're going to get. So if he's, if this is year one somehow, I don't know why this would be year one, but we'll just say his contract year ended on year one and he is as he should be, which is an X factor. And he's like a 92 overall or something. You're going to get a first and a second round pick from I would get a first and a second round pick from Soren as like a trade to get Pitts. I would be receiving those picks as compensation for losing Pitts. It shows in the chart what it is,
strange.
92 to 99, X Factor or Superstar. Under 28, you had to give up a first and a second. If they're over 28, it's 2 seconds. 85 to 91 overall, it's a second and a third. If they're over 28, it's a second. A 78 to an 84 is a third. Under 28 and over 28, it's a fourth. And then 72 to a 77.
Mm-hmm.
Under 28 is a fourth. Over 28 is a fifth.
We have 2 questions.
Okay.
One just got answered. Hurts so good ass. So what if they hit free agency and then their interest level goes higher and then you send an offer above base? Does that mean you forfeit the submittal of your comp pick player?
No. So you can submit an offer as high as you want. So let's say it's as you said, and the guy wasn't interested before, but then you come in and he's green, and he wants to come back to you, and you put an offer on him and you sign him. You don't get any comp picks because you're retaining your player. But if you're putting out a big bid, somebody still outbids you, you lose the player because you had him in the comp pick section. You followed all of the rules pertaining to it. The person who won the bid has to pay you the equivalent value based on the chart.
And he says,
was there a second question?
Grim asks, what if they... Oh, Evan answered it. Grim asked, what if they don't have 2 seconds or a different pick? Then they can't sign if they can't pay. And Evan says, then you wouldn't be able to bid on that on that comp pick player. Damn.
Yes.
Tough.
That's tough, but fair. It works somewhat similar to real life. If EA was intelligent, they would make a way to make things as realistic as possible, especially for the people that actually want this in-depth type of thing, but EA just doesn't want to do anything intelligent ever.
No.
So we do have a big announcement. There's actually 2 of them. That finishes out the rules. Now there are 2 things that the admins have decided that we want to implement.
Yes.
But it's going to take some time to do these things. We want to get it right. We want to make sure it doesn't get abused. So we're going to be unveiling them fully when Madden 24 comes out, and that is the intended plan for when these will actually take effect and work. The first thing being, we're going to have some sort of currency for the league, and you're going to be able to use this to do things. What things haven't been officially sorted out.
Wait until Madden 24, and I would also like to add that. So, I don't mean to cut you off. So there is two separate. There will be two separate Euro coin currencies, and do not get it confused.
Yeah, please don't.
Chances are, Evan, if we can think,
one of them will have their name changed.
I'll probably yeah. Eurocoin will probably be in Discord thing, and we'll probably just change it to, I don't know, something else for the Twitch one. But yeah, I just want to cut it and say, like, there's two different currencies. So, but go on.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay. So anyway, there's going to be some form of currency for the league, and you're not going to get to be able to do this. You're not going to get coins and the currency by running up the score, stat padding, getting MVP. You're not going to get anything for doing those things. What you will do is get this currency based on being active. So if you're commenting on Instagram, you're making breaking news stories,
watching YouTube videos, you're liking, you're subscribing, you're turning on that bell.
Yes, doing all of that. You know, if you're being active and you're having all of your games played without any forced losses or fair sims, that's going to count, and you're going to get, coins for that type of thing too. Now, you can also participate in other things like the Game Night Soren does, NCAA, Hunger Games, like regular streams, the Super Bowl streams, the draft stream, like everything.
Waitlisters are included, just by the way. This is included.
Okay.
Wait,
yeah,
right. I'm right.
I'm not sure. That's an Evan question.
Okay.
Everything hasn't been fully fleshed out yet.
Yeah,
but
it's not until Madden 24, so we have like some time.
Yes.
Well, they have some time.
We've got at least 2 seasons. Yeah, we have at least 2 seasons to figure out what we want to do, how to implement everything properly, make sure that you're not getting overly rewarded for things and having 1 billion coins and whatnot, and
right,
being able just to change a crap ton of things with whatever we're doing with them. That's not what we want. We want to just create some sort of way to keep everybody more entertained, engaged, everything. So the other cool thing about this, some of you might find it cool, some of you may hate it. If you get punished for things, you will lose coins also.
Don't want to get punished.
So if you get rule violations,
no, it's not a it is not a physical buy-in. No, it is fake currency.
No,
it is fake currency.
It's gonna be fake currency.
But if we did want to make, if we did want to make money, we could just turn on ads. Y'all should we should vote on that. Would y'all want to watch ads? If it would make NWML a better place, would you want to watch ads? I don't answer now. I don't know. Commissioners, think about it. Turn them on. Just do it. Says Evan. All right,
Evan's
Evan.
like, yes, I want my extra couple dollars.
Please remove ads forever.
Yeah, but so that's something that we're planning on having come out for Madden 24. We really want to get this working properly. I can't stress that enough. We don't want to roll it out, have it be incredibly flawed, and have users get irritated because it doesn't make sense or things don't work properly or anything like that. We want to provide you guys with a lot of fun, and this will be a way to do that. But we're just kind of teasing it to you now so you guys can kind of expect something going forward. Now, there is also one other thing that is going to be coming, and it's in the same boat as this thing. It's going to come out for Madden 24. We don't know the exact details on how it's going to be able to be worked in whether it's going to work in with the currency, or whether it's going to be based on stats or something like that. But we're going to figure out a way to where you can earn the ability to change traits. And I don't mean your superstar X Factor abilities as traits. I'm meaning you have an offensive lineman that is undisciplined. Like, we've all had them before. They love to hold for no damn reason. There's gonna be a way for you to get them to be balanced and disciplined at some point. The idea is to either incorporate it into the Earl coins, or they have to reach certain levels with awareness and different types of blocking or something for them to be eligible to have that changed. Now, either way, I'm sure there's going to be a limit on how many you could do in a season, or, you know, what you can actually change. You're not going to be able to change everything. I highly doubt we're going to allow people to change to big hitter. That would be incredibly broken if everybody was able to run around with players that have the big hitter trait. That's probably not going to happen. But for things like, do you have a power rusher that doesn't have power moves? Doesn't make sense. Hopefully there's going to be a way for you to actually make sure that they get power moves. So that is something that we are hoping to roll out in Madden 24. Also, it will likely tie into the Earl coins, but it's possible it doesn't. The third thing with this is, you guys all saw that I had made a post about the play of the year and the play of the week and what the awards are for that. That is only going to be for this coming up season and the next season. For Madden 24, we want to incorporate this into the coins. So if you win, you're going to get a coin or two or whatever we decide on. And if you win for the year, you're obviously going to win the same thing, but you're going to get more than what you would for a week, as you would expect. With that being said, the same thing goes for the way that we have it, the way that I'm doing that now, because that's also one of the things that I do. If you're intentionally doing things to try to get clips, you're not going to win.
Yeah.
If you've already won a couple times, you're not going to win. We don't want people to be able just to stack or, you know, find ways to get these really nice clips because they're running, you know, 5 Philly specials a game and one's bound to work at some point.
And this isn't at anyone who runs Philly specials.
No, it isn't.
It's just a hypothetical.
No, it isn't. I'm just poking fun at Macias right now. But you know, if you're constantly doing things that would get you there, if you win once or twice, that's cool. You know, it happens. You're going to have good plays. Not everybody can win. Sometimes you might have doubles. But if you're starting to win, you know, 3-4 times, you're winning too much. And we want it to be fun. And we're not going to make it to where everybody gets to win. That's not how things go in real life. But it's the same thing for that. And I'm the one who's picking play of the weeks. And obviously, play of the week goes into play of the year. We're going to create a video like we did this year. And the only difference is everybody gets to vote on who they think wins play of the year. So I really like that aspect because it's not the admins choosing who had the best play of the year. It's the people of the league. They get to choose. They get to say Macias's play was the best, or Alex's play is the best, or whoever's is the one that wins. That's the best play. They deserve that award because that was awesome. And we think that that's going to add a lot to the league also. And obviously get you some more coins to do, you know, what we're planning on doing. But that's the general idea of these 3 things that are all supposed to be coming and being planned on coming when Madden 24 comes out. We're hoping to have everything set up for that. I can't see the chat, so I don't know if anybody's asking
no,
questions.
just Grim is hype about it.
Oh yeah,
Shows
okay.
his height. That's all.
I like that. I like that. All right, so well, that goes on with all of the rules, and
Yeah, the rules section was finished, and we got through the announcement section. Is there anything else?
no, I think that means we can just hop into looking over teams, and
we're about to hit the hour mark. So,
well, we can move through the rest of this a little quick.
Yeah.
I figured the rules would take a little longer. People would have questions to answer, and I tend to ramble a little.
You're good. You're fine.
But let me set up this stream for you so you can look at the league also. And you can put it up or not.
I'm gonna put it up.
Okay. I need to change what that's called to.
And this will be going up to YouTube.
Right,
if y'all didn't hear it earlier, this will be up on YouTube to watch back. So
yes, I am up.
Hold us to it. Hold the commissions to it.
Yes.
Just me reiterating
So.
I'm just not a commish.
Let's go down. Jesus. Y'all like to sign free agents. All right. So, you ready?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. So, I'm down here at the beginning for stage 1. We can see who got to sign who. And right off, we've got a couple kind of big contracts. The Texans spend about $10 million a year to get Kristen Fulton, and
yeah, that's
kind of interesting.
That division just because the Colts is all offense. Well, I mean, his defense is pretty good, but the Texans, if they really want to fight for that division against the Colts,
yeah,
and maybe even the Titans. Not you know Bacon's good, but after losing the game against the Colts, I can't really say anything good for him. So this is better. This is better to do it team by team. I like this a lot better. This is way smarter.
That's what I was like, okay, I better do that. So, it looks like they really went after defense. They wanted to fix something on the defense, and they clearly thought Quinnen Williams getting a $211 million contract.
That's legal? Evan, we allow this?
I don't know.
I'm kidding.
Quinnen Williams got away with highway robbery.
How much did he overpay?
5 years, $211 million. I don't know if he overpaid. I know there was plenty of people trying to get him though.
But I just Caleb Vaughn, LSU talent. I mean, I think Christian Fulton is too. I could be wrong, but Quinnen Williams from Alabama, Roll Tide,
Yeah.
Big fan.
I never noticed that before. There's an undue signing bonus. I need to make sure I don't hit A. Yeah, so the Texans got 4 people so far, and they definitely went out to fix the defense. Let's see what Bacon did.
Oh, I was gonna say go down. Go alphabetical. Like start. Oh, can you go alphabetical?
Yeah, I can start with the Bills.
Yeah.
I mean the Bears.
And then roll down into.
Yeah, we'll do that. All right. Yeah. So, the Bears kind of.
All right, Mister. Wait a minute. He signed Dante Hightower. Oh my God. Oh my God. He signed a retirement home.
Yeah.
Xavier Rhodes, Akeem Davis Gaither. Matt Collins is older now since we're like 2 years in or something. Dante has to be at least 33.
Hennessy is young though.
Yeah, Matt Hennessy's young.
Yeah. He came off my team. He
Jerry
did
Hughes.
not play very well.
I'll just
Hughes is ancient.
I'll just cheat veterans, huh?
Yeah. But they're all decent players still that should at least be able to produce for him for the next couple years before we move over to the next Madden.
So he's in like
when.
Yeah, I wonder how, because this team doesn't look very fast, but it could be.
No, it's not. I don't think it is, because he doesn't have Fields anymore. His highest speed wide receivers like Bayless Jones.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is okay.
Bengals went out. They wanted to get some speed, I guess, with getting KJ Hamler.
Oh my God, KJ on the Bengals. Okay, hold on, Josh Proctor. Okay, Sydney. Okay, that ain't too bad. Yeah. I don't know who Jordan Morgan is.
Out there.
I don't. Right.
I think he's an older. Well, no, never mind. Based on that player picture, he's.
Bears, your speed tiers are awful, dude. And then who's your next high? Who's your next fastest player besides a 95 Velas? I can't read it because Twitch is blocking me. Oh, we got it. Velus. All bridge players. Oh, God.
Interesting.
93 to 92, and after 92, I just want to just keep going down so I can prove my point. I don't speed cheat. Who's next after Bengals?
Sorry. The Bills went out and got Matt Barkley.
Yeah, he went and got he went and got the Avengers. We've been over this. He got Matt Barkley for yeah. Yeah.
Signed Darius Slay to a massive contract.
Gee, that's like, dude, that's like a franchise tag. What the heck?
Yeah.
But you gotta get Corey Bjorquez. Oh my God, that's the biggest pickup.
Got to get that punter. Apparently he really wanted a punter because he's planning on doing it a lot. I'm just kidding.
Hear that, Evan? Your time to shine, baby. Your time to shine, Evan. Let's go.
Broncos.
The Broncos.
Like a mid-tier defensive tackle. Should be decent depth. Starter worthy for a year.
Yeah, Devon.
Right tackle, shore up the line a little. Yeah, Broncos didn't do too much. Browns signed head coach, I guess. That's it.
Oh yeah, because Ike isn't in the league yet.
Yeah. Only thing the Buccaneers did was sign Van Jefferson.
I thought they got a bunch of Bama pieces.
No, the only thing he signed is Van Jefferson. He might have gotten a bunch
he traded. He traded. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting these trade breaking news wrongs and getting confused with the Fragrance Designer breaking news. The Cardinals? You got Kinlaw. Oh, and Cameron Dantzler. Say it ain't so.
Yeah, Kinlaw is a great pickup.
San Fran talent. Going from San Fran, Arizona, to stay in that division, though. Scary.
Wait, what?
And TJ, I don't know. What's up?
Why did Evans say Ike isn't joining?
He's not joining.
Why not?
I don't know. He's not joining.
That's depressing.
Right?
Yeah, that's depressing. Okay, so Chargers.
Oh my God, I can't wait to see what Alex did. What did Alex do? What mess did he create? Anthony Averett, speed, Eckler. He loves Eckler, so it makes sense. Also, that's a pretty fair deal. It's a nice little deal.
Yeah.
And Solomon McKinley is a bridge-esque player, fringe starter.
Yeah.
So, not bad. I'm scared, probably. I have no clue. But Anthony Averett, Alabama, Roll Tide, speed is a 94 speed. Brandon Ayuk. Wait, the Niners lost him too? Wait, Brandon Ayuk. He's a Niner, right? I'm not crazy.
Yeah, he is.
Another Niner gone.
It's good not to sign him. I think he has the drops passes trait. And
I also think he overpaid. Yeah, that's a bit of an overpay. Yeah. 4 for 60? That's a lot of money, dude.
340. Yeah, that's quite a bit.
Almost
Especially for
15,
a low
almost
80 overall
15
wide
mil a
receiver.
year. 15 mil a year. Oh my God. Oh, what do the Colts do? Okay, so just went out and got some big body, two tall, lanky receivers.
Yeah, and I am slightly disappointed because I was going after Alan Lazard.
Really?
I thought he would be I thought he'd be a great fit for my offense and a really good number 4.
But would you actually bring him in?
I am planning on trying to use player substitutions more this year. So yes,
I hope to
the
see
plan
it.
was to actually bring him in. Oh yeah, busy Bronco. You're right.
Michael Pittman's contract? Oh jeez. Wait, then why did he sign 2 more receivers even by Michael Pittman?
Well, no, he doesn't. Commander. There you go. You see that?
5 over 100. Now I'm bad at math, and I'm not gonna try and do it. But but he got Justin Matabuke from Texas A&M.
$22 million a year.
Yeah, because 20 times 5 is whatever. Then you whatever. But Justin Matabuke for A&M boy out of Baltimore. I love him. Matt Breida for some speed. Cheetah Bayawuzie, I love it. That's a big 1-year deal. And then, oh my God, that's a really good free agency for Commanders. Oh, they're on the come. They got to
get Matabuke too.
25 on the last year. Ugh. Yeah, the divisional rival just went to the Super Bowl, so
shit, yeah,
you gotta compete.
Got picked up old man Foles.
Yeah, of course. Julio and a Cowboys, gross. Get him out of here. Roll Tide though.
Yeah, that is disgusting.
McKinnon. Sure.
Yeah, just got some backup type players.
These all look like guys he'll have to cut because they're mentors, and he won't be able to use them anymore. But you get Joey Sly, the NFL journeyman continues to journey across teams because of high kick power, low accuracy.
Yeah,
Hunter Henry. Wait a minute.
Henry too.
Wow, that's a steal, isn't it?
Is Derek in here? Probably not.
No,
I'm curious on who Harvey Biddle is.
Undo the signing and find out. I'm kidding. Don't do that. He'd be so mad.
Oh.
Harvey Biddle's probably.
What did you do this year?
What did Evan do? Let's look at Evan.
Went out and got some O-line.
Calvin Throckmorton, okay. Dalvin Tomlinson, okay. Chris Godwin, Evan.
5-year, $100 million. He splurged a little.
That's unlike
Evan. Kind of shocking. You don't see Evan yet. Very unlike Evan.
And Jonah, you got 2 Bama boys? Wow. Look at that. 2 Bama boys, huh? Dalvin and Jonah. Nice. Respect.
Yeah. Eagles went out and got a couple players. Nobody too special here, I don't think, but some solid players he could use.
I know Johnson's a good death pick, and Josh Oliver, isn't he he's kind of goofy in real life, right? He's kind of good, but he's not great, you know?
Yeah, I think in Madden he's like a 68-ish overall, but he's not slow and he's not incredibly fast. He's like that kind of well-rounded type of player. And he's fairly young.
I know he can't run block.
Yeah, Bronco. Godwin's contract is kind of big, but it's better than Pittman's at the very least. And yeah, won't drop passes. And I've only got 2 players so far.
Sorry.
I grabbed. Oh, you good?
2 cornerbacks.
I already have some good.
I
some
love
good corners.
I
Yeah.
love Kyle Fuller and Desmond King. God, he goes back to like Madden 20 for me.
Yeah. Well,
But he's not fast though. He's just like big and good at coverage, right?
he's an 88 speed. Like he's not like incredibly slow, not incredibly fast. He's
Yeah.
probably going to be really good for me in the slot, which leaves Trey White, AJ Terrell on the outside with Poyer in the back. So Desmond King has really good coverage for, especially with that big body to play that slot wide receiver.
I think he's LSU. Maybe.
I'm not sure either, but yeah. And then Kyle Fuller, when I have to come out in those big sets, I do not want to get passed on. that is my goal. Don't get passed on.
Who are you in division with? John, Saints, and Will.
Will passes a lot. The other two don't really, but I want to make sure I'm not passed on. 49ers didn't sign anybody.
Yeah, that sounds
They
about
got a big old goose egg.
Big old
See, the
blank
Giants
board.
got Giants grabbed a couple guys.
A-Rob, okay, and Russell Gage, okay. I don't know Ryan Griffin at all.
I think he's lower, but yeah. Allen Robinson's a good big body to get. Russell Gage adds a little bit of speed, and he's still pretty young.
You let Gage walk?
I didn't have Gage. Gage was on somebody else's team.
Is it the Jags?
Yeah, I think it is.
Wow. Speaking of Jags, who'd he get? Ah, yes, PJ Walker and Fletcher Cox.
Yeah.
We got
And
Denzel Mims. I think he's young. No, Denzel Mims is not younger than Russell Gage. I don't think.
Denzel Mims, Russell. No, I think they're about the same age.
They might be a year
I
or
really
two
do.
apart. And he got a new kicker for some reason, and then got Fletcher Cox. That is a great pickup. And then PJ Walker, because PJ Walker is PJ Walker.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
And then
Mims is a great receiver. I agree, but 1 on 4 years is a lot. Ooh.
Jets just went out and signed a bunch of
mentors, huh?
Probably lower overall players.
5 over 5. That's
yeah.
I'm not gonna
lower
comment
overall players probably have some speed.
Andres Pete
probably plans on building.
Oh my god!
But he did go out and it looks like he grabbed a couple starters though.
Rodney Hudson still plays ball in this league.
Yeah, he's a decent center.
I mean, he's gonna have to cut half these guys, right? Probably.
I don't know. Maybe, but they aren't gonna cost him much to get rid of.
Yeah, I mean, it's 1 over 3. I bet you all this money is salary, not guaranteed. I'll bet you. And then my boy Giants Chew went and got Chuma Edoga, John Hargrave,
Jamal Agnew.
Ooh, okay. Who else
Alex
he get?
Anzalone.
No, he got
big old contract to Mario Davis.
He didn't get Anzalone. He got AJ Dillon though. Oh wow. No one traded for Dillon.
He got Anzalone right down there.
Yeah, why'd he get Anzalone? He's awful. Sorry.
I don't know.
Sorry, Saints, if you're in chat, but he's awful. He's one of
$10 million a year though.
For AJ?
For that's
with Swift
quite a hefty contract.
Swift in the back. Davis at 35. Davis is old. In this league, I'm surprised he's not retired. But this isn't a battle of agency. I just think he signed too many players, honestly, which sounds like a weird thing to say, but I don't think he needed that many. The Lions team is young, good draft capital. Like, they didn't need to sign much. CJ Ham and Julian Okwara. Wow. And Kenny. Oh my god.
Kenny Moore.
1 year, 1 million.
I wanted to get Kenny Moore instead of Fuller, but I think Kenny Moore is going to be really good, and it's a solid pickup for the Packers, who has Jair already.
No, this is a Packers on the reload. Packers ready to reload.
See John over here.
No, the Lions went to playoffs for sure. Packers overpaid Kenny a bit. Have to see. Jerron Reed. Wow, Evan got Dalvin and John got Jerron. Okay, or Jaron. Sorry. Malik Harrison. Yep. Okay, Jaron Reed, Roll Tide. Isaiah Moore. Sure. George Bernal. Sure. 3-year, 3.9. I wonder why.
Went out and got his Kyle Rudolph.
Oh my god.
Yeah, John and his Vikings players.
Whatever.
Carl Nassib's a decent pickup. He went out there and got Thielen too, and Kirk Cousins.
Oh my god, dude! Wait! Jermaine Burton was a free agent.
Yep.
Who cut him?
I'm not sure.
Who cut like a 23-year-old? Like super young rookie out of the University of Alabama, and he got Kirk Cousins again. He's regressed.
Yeah, again.
What,
you also got Jawan Bentley, Jalen Reagor.
Unless he's a mentor, and I mean, if John keeps playing like this, okay. First of all, wow. Okay, well, Jalen Reagor, wow, Colorado, pretty. These are really great deals for really good players. He signed two of the Pats linebackers. This is a good free agency. But if John keeps getting, I understand signing players you like. I get it. No, like I get it. Like it's fine, but like overpaying these old players that are not gonna play ball, like, and then complain,
Yeah.
like, bro.
Like Cousins isn't gonna do much. I think Cousins might have that mentor tag though.
Yeah, that's probably why he's keeping it.
Yeah, but Cousins isn't too bad of a backup, and he knows how to use them. So, worst comes to worst, he at least has somebody he knows how to use. Well, we would like to think that he does.
Oh, Kirko. Oh, he was in playoffs. Never mind. Yes, he does know how to use them relatively.
Yeah.
Fringe, but sorry, John, if you're seeing this back. I say my piece.
Yeah. Just giving out a ton of money. Look at that Calvin Ridley contract.
Oh,
Bama Patriots give this much money.
A Bama boy in a Patriots jersey and Grant Delpit and Antonio Savage. What?
Look at all that money, though. That is a lot of money that's been spent.
It's only like what? 5 times 6 is 40. Wait, no,
well,
it's not.
You got Austin Jackson at $6 million a year.
5 times 8 is 40. Yeah, Austin Jackson, sure, I don't care. Like, sure.
$6 million a year. Well, I'm talking about in total. Like, if you add that up, that's $6 million a year. Another 6 to Nichols. Another 6 to Delpit. Like,
Evan's saying, how do you pay Austin Jackson like he's a 70 overall? How old is he?
That is wild. I think he's young.
That's probably why.
Savage is another, $7 million a year. Right? Just right here on just these picks, you're looking at like $40-50 million worth of players. And he has more players up above. Like, all right. Claypool, 5-year 52. Jacoby Martin, 5 for 30.
Chase Claypool and Hot Rod. Oh my god, dude! I love this Pats guy.
Tack McKinley, 4 years, 24. He spent a ton of money.
Dude, this is a good.
I like that he got some good players. Yeah, he did get some very good players. He did do a good job. But that's a lot of money. Like,
he's got
he must
money
have
to
used
spend,
every little bit of his cap room.
Or everyone retired on that Pats thing that's aging like wine. But regardless.
Yeah. All right, so we got the Raiders up now. Giving a fullback a little bit of money.
I love seeing the fullback get a little bit of money.
Slow Frankie Louvu.
Don't hype it up like 2 years, 3.6 is a lot of money. Let fullbacks eat.
It's a fullback.
But
he's no wee wiggle seat. All right.
J-Rob, I can't wait to see what.
Yeah.
What wee contracts is.
Yeah.
But you did get J-Rob.
So, Louvu, it's a decent contract. Grim. Carson Wentz there. Jaden Hasselwood, interesting. He grabbed James Robinson for a nice contract, honestly. Only $4 million a year for a really good running back.
And, well, Darnay Holmes and Garrett Bowles. Wow. 2-year 20. Wow.
Got
Yeah.
Gross Matos. That's not a terrible deal for Gross Matos either, especially because he's younger.
Wow.
Connor McGovern. He like replaced his entire O line. It feels like.
With not bad players either.
Yeah.
He got
honestly
Ashton
didn't spend too
Davis. The Jets
Yeah,
let
that's
Ashton
a-
Davis walk. Wow.
Kind of surprised about that.
I'm not. He probably has some
And then we
backup.
got-
He probably has some backup that's like higher speed, lower age, Ike type beat. You know what
We
I
got-
mean?
Yeah.
All right,
got
I'm
Mossius over
all
here
right.
now.
I'm gonna let him have it. All right. First of all, Taylor Lewan, I love it. I'm a big fan. DJ Reader, whatever. Carl Lawson, sure. I don't know who Sharif Casey is. And Micah Hyde, you overpaid. What's the next page? The Darius Smith. Oh, okay.
Interesting, yeah.
I dig it. What's up from there? Anthony Barr.
That-
Why
this is
Anthony
it.
Barr? Why?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anthony Barr.
So what's the reason behind
OJ
Anthony?
Howard's on a nice contract.
Roll Tide. I love it. Love it. He had to sign him for me. And then Ty Johnson to replace Keyshawn Vaughn, probably, right, Grim? Because you hate Keyshawn Vaughn? Right? He's not fast. He's not fast enough for you?
Dog.
Anthony Barr is a dog. No, true. And Zadarius.
Yeah.
Come on, Grim. Why'd you sign Ty Johnson, huh?
Oh, he said you hate Vaughn. Ravens didn't get anybody.
I love
Ravens,
Vaughn.
Is Ravens active?
Is Ravens even active? Let I take the Ravens and the Browns.
Oh, good God. Got the Saints out here.
Who dat?
Looks like he wanted to beef up some defense.
Ryan Bulaga, Keanu Neal, Miles Jack, Jonathan Owens.
Yeah.
Wow, not bad. Will Harris,
Robert
okay.
Quinn. And
He's
then
old, ain't
some
he?
O-line.
He's old, ain't he, Robert Quinn?
Yeah, Robert Quinn is ancient. I'm so glad the Bears got rid of him in real life because that was horrible contract. And then Benny over here
What did Benny do? What did Benny do?
went out and got Daniel Jones, 2 years,
Yeah.
16 million.
I cannot believe he went and got DJ. Wait. Hold on. He's cooking. DJ Wanham, DeForest Buckner,
Yep.
Danny Jones. Okay, whatever. Christian
And
Mahoney.
Derek Carr.
Ravens have $0. Donovan Peoples-Jones. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And Donovan Smith. Why Derek Carr? That's weird, but whatever.
I was trying to get Peoples Jones too. I wanted Lazard and Peoples Jones.
And Mason Richmond. Wow, that ain't too
no.
bad.
Yeah. Steelers over here. Quiet off season. Spent a little bit of money to beef up to the line.
One of my favorite ends in football.
Frank Clark.
You should tell John's Buckner story. What are you talking about?
Oh, yeah.
We're at,
So-
we're at an hour and a half, just by the way.
Okay. So we are in the admin chat talking about potential rules, and he brings up a rule and how he is hyped that he got DeForest Buckner, and that he barely fit within the rules, and then Evan's like, "Hold up, what'd you say their overalls were?" And John's like, "No. What do
Oh,
you
no.
mean?" I went out, looked at the overalls, went through, named them off, and Evan's like, yeah, you're gonna have to reverse that trade." And we're like, well, damn, that sucks. 'Cause DeForest Buckner's a big name guy. So we were like, okay, well, you're gonna have to send him back to the Cowboys. So we were looking, and we didn't want to screw over Derek, and we saw he had planned and spent some money on free agency too, because he's thinking that trade is good. So the only thing John could do is just release him. And so John made a trade, lost his pick, lost the player,
What?
and he self-snitched on himself in the commish chat about the rules.
All right, John, if you make it this far into the video, you deserve Kirk. You deserve the world, man. No hate. All love. Peace and love.
Yeah, I mean he made it right, and it was clearly an accident. And the only reason why I told that is Evan said to.
Wait, and
Look
what's
at the
the
chat. Evan told me to.
and what's the rule he reported himself on?
S he didn't mean to report himself. That's why it's funny.
Yeah, but
He was
what?
bragging about the
what
D-line
was?
he got. He went. So we have a rule that you can't have too many high overall players
Yeah.
in position groups. And he went out and traded for Buckner, which put him over that limit.
Oh, okay, I follow. Okay.
Yeah. So we got the Steelers there. We got the Texans. Obviously getting Quinton Williams. We already saw this, so I'm just going to skip on over to the Titans. Getting Smith Williams, a right tackle, a guard. Sion Taki getting $7 million a year, and Willie Gay.
I'm a big fan of Willie Gay. That's a little Mississippi
And
State alum
I
right
am.
there.
T. Higgins getting a payday.
Yeah, whatever.
4 years, 80 million, 20 million though. And the Vikings out here getting a decent safety, you know. Another edge rusher, picking up Taysom Hill.
Uchenna Nwosu? Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And signed a new
And
DC.
getting
Wow.
Connor Williams. Yeah. Jack Park.